Good day to you again, everyone. This is Yeshua Said My Name. I wanted to show you a compilation of some pictures that I take with my telescope. I have 3 sons, and they each contributed money for my birthday this past year so that I could have a telescope. And they know that astronomy is one of my favorite hobbies. The heavens declare the glory of God, and I really take pleasure in looking up galaxies and stars and planets and constellations and the moon and things that God has made. I enjoy taking sunsets and sunrises and rainbows. So I just wanted to share with you, I know this is off topic, but just a little bit of something about myself with you that maybe you were unaware of. If you're a new subscriber, or even if you've been here for the past 10 years, thank you for being here. But just to share with you a little bit of personal things that I do in my spare time that I enjoy, that God has given me. This is the telescope that I own right here. 3 of my sons put their money together and bought me this telescope. Now, in this bag down here that you see here, there are different optical pieces. So when I add these optical pieces right here to this eyepiece, it actually ends up making the image look crisper, closer, and less pixelated for me. I also have an area over here. I don't know if you can see it or not. If I could blow that up for you. This area here, I can put my phone in right here, and I can connect it with the telescope so that I'm able to capture pictures on my phone with a telescope. Now, this particular picture here that you see of my telescope was taken at Deep Creek Lake about 3 months ago. I went with my daughter-in-law and 2 of my sons, actually, and my brother-in-law, and we went to Deep Creek Lake. And I set up my telescope there because I was away from city lights and everything, and I really got some good pictures of some of the constellations and planets and stars and things like that. So this picture you're seeing here is not Pawnee Run Lake, even though Pawnee Run Lake looks like this. This is at Deep Creek Lake, probably about an hour and a half west of me. So I took it with me. This is the telescope that my sons each contributed for me to have for my birthday. And of course, you know, I'm turning 57 in February, so they're already telling me that they're going to get me even more advanced eyepieces. So I'm looking forward to that. But let me show you some of the pictures that I've captured with this telescope. You know, just some images. Oh, here's a bird. I forgot to say that. This little bird here, before I get to that, I'm sorry. I forgot this was here. This little bird here, I found injured in my backyard. And I took care of it for a few weeks. And it was not afraid of me. And it was the most unusual thing. It would sit on my shoulder. It would sit on my finger. It was like the Lord arranged it. And I thought it was a very interesting thing. It was very refreshing. But anyway, that's not exactly what I had in mind. I'm sorry about that. Let me see here. I have some close-up images. Now, this image here was taken of the moon's surface. I had a very high-powered eyepiece. I'm sorry if it's a little blurry, but I captured some of the craters. And this particular picture here was captured with a very high-powered eyepiece that my sons gave me. I'm sorry. And I wanted to share it with you. Okay? I have some other pictures to show you as well. Let me see here. I also take pictures of sunsets. This was a picture of a sunset at one of my son's homes that he lives in, just like I do. He lives in rural Carroll County, Maryland, and I thought this was an excellent picture. I love the way God painted the sky. You know, the sunset, the sky is just beautiful. There's no one that can paint a sky quite like God, right? So I wanted to get a picture of the sun setting behind the trees and the color of the sky. I thought that was, very... just very inspiring, you know. Again, the heavens declare the glory of God. Let me see here. Let me see. Okay, I think I have Jupiter here. Yes. Now, this is another picture that I captured one evening. As a matter of fact, I have an app on my phone that's called Sky Map. And what I do is I use it each evening that I want to use my telescope, and I'll find out where each of the planets are, the constellations, and where the heavenly bodies are, so that I can line my telescope up to find them. This was actually a picture that I captured through my telescope of Jupiter. I'll try and blow it up a little bit bigger. I know it doesn't look like it does through it because I don't have like a professional telescope. I'm thankful for what my sons gave me, but this is the planet Jupiter. And this is what I captured through my telescope. And as I told you before, this is a hobby of mine that I really enjoy because I've always enjoyed it, astronomy. All right, let's see here. If I can open this up. Okay, this is looking through my telescope, through my lens here. Now, here's the surrounding areas. Now, over here where you see the arrow pointing is Piney Run Park. This is how close I live to Piney Run Park. My property backs to it. But again, like I told you, I go through the front gate because I don't want to traipse through my neighbor's yard here to get to Piney Run Park. But all these trees you see here are acres and acres and acres of woods, okay, where Piney Run Park is. So I had my telescope set up, and what it was is I was capturing an image of, I believe it was Saturn through here. I happened to capture an image of Saturn. And I was looking through my scope, and that's what I captured that one evening. It was just becoming visible in the night sky. You can barely make out the rings, and I'll show you better pictures. I actually have a better picture of Saturn I'm going to show you, but if you can blow this up a little bit more, maybe you can see the rings. So I was setting my telescope up, and that was the image that I caught through my lens. I caught Jupiter and its moons. This was late one evening. It probably was 10 or 11 o'clock at night, and what happened was I used, again, my sky map, and I found Jupiter, where it was located in the sky. I found it, and then I happened to notice 1, 2, 3, 4, looking like 4 moons. So, and when I looked through the sky map, that's exactly what it said I'd find on my sky map. So I just figured I'd show that to you. So this is Jupiter, okay? And of course, you've got the light burst here because of the refraction of light coming through the lens. But these are moons here surrounding Jupiter. So this is Jupiter and its surrounding moons. Okay? So I just wanted to show you what I've been able to capture with what my sons so graciously gave me. I also like to take pictures of sunsets, sunrises, pictures of the moon. And I believe that this was a sunset that I was capturing here. So I just figured I'd share that with you. Let me see here. All right, Saturn and Jupiter. Actually, I don't know where I've got that from because actually I was getting this as, I don't know why I labeled it that, but this is the constellation Orion right here. And I happened to look up with my telescope and I captured this. Let me blow it up for you a little bit more. So here you've got Orion, Orion's belt right here. And this particular constellation that I was able to capture through my telescope. So I just wanted to share with you guys a few images that, things that I enjoy. Now, this was another picture that I really loved. I mean, here's Orion right here. You can see it right here. Here's Orion's belt. Here's Orion. This is the moon over here. So there was a full moon that night, and I've got pictures of the other stars that were around it. But here's the Dipper. Here's Orion right here. Okay? And the moon is over here. I think that came out really well. Let's see if I can blow it up a little bit larger. So, but I can't say it enough. The heavens declare the glory of God. Now, I do capture anomalies from time to time. This was an anomaly that I found flying over my house one evening. I don't know what this is, guys. I've captured red orbs. I've captured white orbs. I don't know what this is. It almost looks like it's triangular shaped. I'm not sure. And again, I captured it through my telescope, so I'm not exactly sure. Like I said, I don't have a professional grade telescope. My sons put their money together and got me what they could afford. So I'm making use of what they've given me and the lenses they've given me. But I captured this anomalous looking thing here. I don't know what it is. If it's an orb, I don't know what it is. I really have I just labeled it anomaly. So I have no way of knowing what it is. I was just looking up at the night sky, and I thought, what is that? And I zeroed in on it with my telescope, and this is what came up. The pixelization is pretty blurry, so I'm not sure. Maybe you guys might know what it is. It doesn't look like a helicopter to me or a drone. Maybe it is a drone. I'm not sure. I don't want to make any speculation, but I just labeled it anomaly because I'm not exactly sure exactly what this red thing is. Now, there have been other orbs I've captured on camera that I've shown you that are most definitely orbs, either white or red, that I've shown you before that I know are orbs. This, I'm not sure what it is, okay? I also try and capture pictures of, like, if it's a full moon, I'll try and capture it through the trees. Let me see if I can blow this up a little bit, zoom it in. Doesn't want to zoom in for me. Okay. Okay, there it is. But I try and capture pictures of the moon sometimes through trees or at a sunset, either moon rises and moon sets and things like that. And it just looked like an interesting picture to me to capture through the trees. So this is another picture that I captured that I hope you think you enjoy. Let me see here. All right, Saturn with my phone. All right, now this was a picture of Saturn that I captured with my phone. Now you can barely make out the rings through here, okay? And I'll also show you a picture that I captured with my telescope of Saturn. So first I captured it with my cell phone because it was very visible in the sky, and then I captured it with my telescope. And wait till you see the picture I captured with my telescope. You can't see very well, but you can see the circle, the oval here of the planet. And I believe these are the rings out here. But if you zoom back out again, the pixelization gets a little better, and you can see the shape of Saturn here. So this is a tree in my yard. And when I used the sky map and it showed Saturn would be visible, I tried to capture it right as the sun was setting. So this is actually a picture of Saturn that I captured. But I'll show you a different picture of it that I got through my telescope. This was with my phone. Okay. Okay, let me see. Saturn with a high-powered lens. Now, let me open this up. Now, this is what I captured, believe it or not. My sons, this past birthday, they also got me a whole case of high-powered lenses that I used, and I found out with my sky map on my phone where Saturn would be located, and I got this picture. So I was able to capture this picture, okay, on my telescope, thanks to my sons, of Saturn through my telescope. So the first picture I showed you was through my cell phone. This picture was actually through my telescope. Actually, I think my cell phone did a pretty good job, capturing the outline of the rings and everything. But this is Saturn. I don't see any of the moons or anything, but at least I got a good picture of Saturn. So I wanted to show you that. Pretty good, huh? I was pretty excited about that. Pretty excited about that. All right, let's see here. Let me see the moon and Jupiter. Okay, so I put this on Facebook. I'm new at using my telescope, but I captured the moon and Jupiter. So this is, of course, the moon through my telescope up close. This is the moon, and this is a picture of Jupiter. Now, of course, it's going to look kind of blurry because I don't have a professional grade telescope, so I did the best I could and used my sky map and found Jupiter. But I wanted to get some close-up images of the moon. And there are some images of the moon that I've captured that are literally, you can see like valleys and craters. It's just amazing. It really is amazing. All right, here's Orion's belt, and here's Jupiter. So I was up at 4 o'clock in the morning, and here's Jupiter right here, okay, and here's Orion's belt. So I captured both of them. Like I said, I pay very close attention to the night sky and what's going on my sky map, so I know when to bring my telescope out. So here's Jupiter, and then Orion was next to it. And thanks to God, I was able to capture that. But the heavens declare the glory of God, do they not? Jupiter, Orion, and here's the other picture of Orion. And I combined them together on Facebook, on my Facebook page. Let me see here. The moon and Jupiter. I just showed you that. Okay. I think I found some planets. Let me see here. Yes. Okay, so here we go again. There's Jupiter, and there's Orion's belt. And I was up at like 4 o'clock in the morning capturing these pictures. So sometimes when I know I'm going to get a good picture. Now, I think this is Mars. If you look close enough, you can see the red glow. Down here, I'm sorry. Let me see if I can. Sorry about that, guys. You can see how red this is. I think this was Mars, and of course I know this was Jupiter because my sky map told me, and this is Orion's belt right here. All right. Here's Jupiter through my telescope. Now, as I was zeroing in, now I'm showing you my scope. Now, this is the scope I'm looking through here with my phone. telescope. And this was Jupiter. I didn't have a very high-powered lens on at the time. It was a very low-powered lens, but I was trying to get it through my phone looking through the scope on my telescope. So that's Jupiter through the scope. Now, what I find interesting about this next shot, it shows the dark side of the moon. Now, I used my telescope to get this picture. So here we have the dark side of the moon here, and here's the light side of the moon here where the sun, of course, is shining. Now, we know the moon always faces one side of the earth. It doesn't, the dark side is always on one side and the light side is always on the other, and we only see one side of the moon. But what I found interesting is when I took this picture, I got a good look at both. So even though with the naked eye, this dark side of the moon was hidden from me, my telescope was able to pick it up. The only thing that was visible to me through my telescope lens was over here, okay, where the sun was shining. But this is the dark side, and of course this is what was showing with the naked eye over here. So if you were looking at this picture with the naked eye, it would only look like a half crescent moon. You wouldn't even see the dark side over here. So my telescope picked that up, and I thought that was pretty interesting. I think I have another picture of that too. Let me see. Dark side of the moon. Let's look at this. Yeah. So let's blow this up. Okay. So there were some clouds passing by. Okay, and it was a kind of a windy evening, and these clouds were passing by the moon. So here, this is all I could see with the naked eye. Right here was a half crescent moon, and here's the dark side of the moon here. So here you've got the whole picture of the moon. I've got the dark side here, and I've got the half crescent that was visible here from the sunlight. I just thought that was interesting. Wanted to show you guys. But this is a passion of mine. I enjoy astronomy. I enjoy studying what God has created. I truly believe, and I think it's an understatement, that the heavens declare the glory of God. I found some constellations that I want to share with you guys. Now, if I blow this up, this was used with the night vision on my phone. So this was not through my telescope. This was with the night vision on my phone. This is a planet right here. I don't remember what planet this was, but the rest are just stars and constellations that I wanted to show you. Okay, let me see if I can find some other things here. All right. And here was a cloud formation that I found. I was visiting family out of town near the ocean, and I saw this cloud formation, and I thought it was beautiful. Like I said, I not only take pictures of the moon, the sun, the stars, the planets, but I also take pictures of sunrises, sunsets, cloud formations, and things like that. So I just enjoy amateur photography. So I figured I would just share this with you. Isn't that beautiful how the sun rays are coming out? The heavens truly do declare God's artwork, in my opinion. Okay. Now here we've got Mars and we've got Jupiter. Okay, let me see if I can get this. Okay. So we've got, sorry about that. This is Jupiter. And this is Mars. I was able to capture that, which I think was pretty interesting. We've got Jupiter and Mars. Let me see here. Again, Jupiter and Mars. And then we have Jupiter and Saturn. Okay, now this photo I was proud of because I actually found this through my telescope. The brighter planet is actually Jupiter, and this is Saturn, and I don't know why Saturn didn't come out very well. I think what happened was there was a lot of light in the area, and it for some reason the pixelization just didn't do well for me through my telescope. But this is Saturn, and this is Mars. I'm sorry, Jupiter. So, but I hope you guys enjoy what I've shown you. Let me see. Yeah, and that's one of the best pictures I've seen yet of valleys and craters and things on the moon. And if I find more pictures, I will definitely do that for you. Here's Jupiter again. This is actually Jupiter. And the streaks you're seeing here are just light. It's light coming through the lens on my telescope, through the atmosphere of the Earth. And of course, that's Saturn again, or looking through my telescope. Jupiter and its moons. Now, this is one of my favorite. Like I said before, this was something that when I captured it, I was so excited. I couldn't wait to send this to my sons, to my friend Christine. I'm like, look, I captured Jupiter and its moons, some of its moons. And this was through my telescope. But anyway, guys, I'll end it here. I just wanted to thank you for looking at the pictures. As I continue to take astronomical pictures with my telescope, I'd like to continue to share them with you. I enjoy taking pictures of sunrises, sunsets, moonrises, moonsets, pictures of the sun, moon, and stars. The heavens declare the glory of God, right? So thank you for watching this and for enjoying it with me, and more to come soon, guys.